Prediction.
All right, guys, this is like an unlag matchup. Very excited for this now. I am so excited that there's not going to be any lag in this. Maximum damage, starting as Marines here in Atrium. Next Level Gaming starting down as Aliens. Next Level Gaming took game 1 in a lag fest, and we're going to keep going with this. So, maximum damage doing a 2-2 split versus a 3-2 for NLG.
These 3 skulks are going to move through flight and through the vent there to Summit Reception. And this poor group out here in Crevice looks to be the target.
Yeah, Kaku and Can, I mean, they have to know that there's a bunch of aliens just on the roof here. We're just going to see what this looks like as they come around the corner here. Oh, hello, Ben. And Ben looks like he's going to take a jump. Up for the last one. There we go. Kaku goes down. Can ends up biting the dust as well.
And they're easily going to take Crevice now. There's no one even respawned yet. They did invest in 2 IPs and an early OBS with that armory. So they've invested a lot of money back at Marine's start, as well as the 2 extractors. They're going to lose the first one. And it looks like the aliens lost that early engagement in Reactor Core, and the Marines have moved up to Data Core.
Yeah, it sucks losing an RT so early in the game when early resources are pretty much really crucial to your expansion, to your first upgrades that you go for. Really interesting, you called out earlier that they went for a quick OBS.
I mean, early phase gates don't really do you any advantage, because if you lose them, it's a big res sink. It's better to go for the upgrades, in my opinion. Drop the arms lab first, and this is what will happen.
You know what I've been seeing actually with the new build a lot, you know, before it was always like, you know, you got to rush armor, right? I have been seeing, instead of armor, I've been seeing weapon and shotgun upgrades, phase gates before, like, Armor 1 or Armor 2, which is odd. Seen that in a couple matches, and it's actually worked out.
Well, I mean, if you drop the arms lab right away, it really depends on how you win your engagement. If you win your engagement real quickly and handily as Marine, go weapons 1. It's going to give you just that much more advantage to win it even faster.
Yeah.
If you're taking a lot of damage and still winning, though, go for armor 1, just to make sure that you are protected a little bit more. Now you got 3 Marines over here in Computer Lab. Polly's the only one here to defend, and they're not popping the Sis, which is the first thing you should always hit by this Harvester. If there's only one, it's going to give you just that much more time to defend while the Harvester takes damage.
Yeah, and you know what? Without Infestation, Harvesters actually drop health pretty quickly. You can get it down to about half or a little less than half, and if it doesn't have Infestation, it's probably
Base rush.
Yep, we see lurking off Jay and Griff moving in to Atrium.
That OBS is going to catch him. And if they can get on the OBS quickly enough, Griff was out of control there, but it looks like
they do.
Goes down. 2 Marines moving in from Reactor Core. They are chomping on his chair as fast as they can. Commander out now. 3 Marines in here. 49% on the chair. If they can take down these Marines, but down go the Skulks. 46%. It's going to force a weld, which is going to hold people back. The respawn's going to hold people back. And now those Marines had to move completely out of position. And they did take Computer Lab, but it's getting rebuilt already.
That was a great move by NLG, pushing MD back. I mean, in almost in time, in tech, everything there, giving NLG the advantage. Really low Harvester count so far in the game, and we're seeing that both teams have been stuck on about 2 or 3 for most of the game. Can and Kaku here in Computer Lab. Can taking down JJ, Ben taking down Can, and the NLG ends up winning that engagement as these guys move into flight control. On the other side of the map, we got Vol and EvilBot moving through into Reactor Core, down probably into Data Core to meet Math. Ooh, looking off, taking some bullets to the face by Evil. Griff on the power. Nice shooting there. That was from across the room.
So the commander did go for phase tech. He lost his obs, had to rebuild it back at base. They have the phase gate up at base, and I'm guessing Evil Bob's going to build a phase gate here in Crossroads any second, and that is going to be their move out point. They've lost res. They've lost 3 extractors to the 1 harvester in Computer Lab, and the harvester was only down for about a minute. So the aliens are still on track for 8-minute fades.
Math and Vol here in Data Core holding this off. That phase gate you saw just went up a few seconds ago. Kaku on the south end, Evilbot and Can moving on the northwest into Summit, trying to save the Crevice RT from lurking off. I think Can's going to actually be able to do that. And he does. JJ over in Reactor Core. Math coming in there. Just checking things out as JJ was chomping on that RT and then moved away. Math is going to end up repairing that up. Lurk out on the field in the form of Ben, who just went lurk a second ago.
Oh! And Bob get a great kill against the lurk in here.
Flash
way
lurk.
Overcommit.
Yeah.
And wasn't paying attention. And you can't just drift when you see those two Marines. You better crank on that space bar to get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, that was really bad. Ben just loses that. Good job from Maximum Damage from taking out that life form way in the beginning of the game. 31 res for 1, 2, 3, 4 of NLG's aliens. Base rush happening in Atrium, gets pushed away, 34% on the OBS, 99% on the CC.
You know, and well played by Maximum Damage here, even over in Ventilation, you know, taking advantage of the distance of this hallway to protect himself against the Skulk, waiting to hit him when he ran out of bullets. He takes down the Harvester, they take down Computer Lab, and where it looked like Next Level Gaming had been pulling this back and hitting res correctly, it's now completely switched sides.
Yeah.
3-3 for Harvesters and Extractors lost. They got the phase gate up in Crossroads. He hasn't dropped an arms left. He just dropped it in base. It's getting built. And he's got 4 active Extractors. If they just pull back a little bit, rebuild flight, make sure they get Data Core going on, I think they're going to be in a good position.
That was a massive move there from NLG and Computer Lab. About 4 of them taking down those 2 Marines, and they are moving into Crossroads. 40% on here on this base gate. They do take it down really quick. Nice move there. They knew they needed to take Maximum Damage mobility off the field. They do take that down as Kaku and Can come around through Crevice.
It's a disappointment because I actually think that Math and Volcella would have been better advantage to put up an aggressive phase gate and ventilation. Stop the res flow completely for the aliens on the right side of the map. Allow you to defend Data Core a lot easier because you know that's where they're going to go next from Crossroads. Otherwise, they did pull back Crossroads. They're going to take it. They won the engagement Crevice. They're going to put the phase gate back up and be right back to the position they were, maybe losing 1 Extractor in Data.
Yep, the Extractor is at 24%. I don't think Math is going to be there in time. Lurkinoff is going to end up taking that down. This so far, I mean, NLG is down to 2 Harvesters. Let me just look at the team kills. I mean, 31 to 12. I mean, look at just the engagements that Maximum Damage is winning.
Yeah,
look
even
at
in this
Kaku!
situation, my God, that man just could not die.
That was awesome.
Number 1 going on right at the right time. They take out 4 Skulks. I mean, that's too much. You know, if you're losing that much in engagement, you're in big trouble. They do take a move towards Reactor Core, but 2 Marines in here easily able to take down the 1 Skulk. And they're just going to recap res because they know Computer Lab's going to be in a lot of trouble. Evil Bob.
I mean, NLG right now with just their spur traits, they have gorge upgrades. They only have 2 biomass, so they're not really profiting much from that expenditure. Pauly here up against Can in flight control. Can actually welds him. Can takes him down with a welder kill.
Shotgun's now coming out. Weapons 1 almost complete. And again, with 5 Extractors online, you know, decent res flow coming in for the Marines. He's just got to be really cautious when he's below 10 to be dropping med packs and such on the Marines. Someone's got to get to Reactor Core, but Crevice also. So there's pressure on the RTs while the Marines are totally out of position. There should not be 4 people in Computer Lab.
This is way too many people. I mean, they got to book it to Crossroads if anything happens. Okay, there goes a phase gate here in Comp Lab, which is going to give them perfect mobility back to the base. There's Ben in the base chomping on the observatory. But look, they build that, phase right back through.
Yeah, see, I think at that point it would have been better for Ben just to stay on the RT and Crevice. They would have been in a much worse position to have to rebuild that, as well as the reactor core. They should not have gone for base, knowing that they just lost to 4 guys in Computer Lab, because 4 guys can power build a phase gate almost instantly.
Yeah. Now they're just going to hang out, probably build the res here in Comp Lab. In a way, and there it goes down the robotics factory.
Turning the tides on Next Level Gaming, huh?
They're just going to do the same thing that NLG did to them in the last laggy match. They're kind of like, you know what, we can do this unlagged. So, in a way, I'm kind of, like, Maximum Damage looks like they have the upper hand in this match. It looks like it's going well for them, and they may win. Unless NLG can pull off a miracle at this point. But that would, if they do win, that would bring the score up to 1-1, which would be even and going into a next match. And I think everyone, you know, after that first laggy match, everyone would kind of like to see that happen. Just so we can, you know, it's 1-1, we can go to the next map, and that could really decide. There's no lag or anything, right? So I think that will be a little bit better. I mean, Maximum Damage looks right now that they're definitely well ahead at this
the Arc
point.
Factory is now online. Nano Shield being researched, which is going to help those arcs if they choose to push up. No, well, let's see. There are Gorge upgrades available. So they do have Gorge upgrades now online. They're taking out Data Core and Reactor Core res, but it looks like Vol got to Reactor Core in time to save it. So, yeah, I mean, these aliens are in a tough spot because there's not a lot they're going to be able to do. They are just now at the 40 res mark. They could choose to go Fade with no upgrades, which might be their only option.
To push out of this, they're going to need a miracle. They don't even have, I mean, you see those arcs being pumped out and moving into position. 2 of them are moving. Hand grenades are out. There goes.
Egg lock.
Oh, God. All the upgrades. 1 egg left. 2 NLG left in here.
Commander's out of the hive, so he's not even researching, you know, more eggs to drop. And, you know, this is a tough position. Really tough position.
You know, they don't have Biomass 3, which means they don't have Bile Bomb unlocked. There's some eggs being spawned right now by the Commander.
You can see Lurkinoff is going to go Fade. Griff is going to go Fade. They're going to try to do this, but they're just giving way too much time for more tech to come out. And the 3 arcs are about ready to roll out. And we know that these Fades are not, you know, anything to be scared of when it comes to the arcs because they can't kill them fast enough.
Yeah. And against these Fades are going to be up against, you know, Weapons 1, Armor 1, shotguns. I mean, you got Nano Shield. You got everything that the... you know, actually, what I haven't seen dropped a lot because I think it's pretty expensive, Catalyst packs.
Catalyst packs are really expensive, and they don't
insanely expensive.
Give a ton of advantage. Oh, look, they're actually going for the res node first because the arcs, I don't believe, can hit the hive from this distance.
Yeah,
no, they can't.
It's a little bit far.
They need to be up by about 5 more feet here in this room, and those Fades, without upgrades, taking so much damage from those shotguns in that room, and they've all got welders. Smart move would even be to put an armory here to kind of block this position. He's got the, you know, the res flow to do it if he wanted to. Now holding 7 extractors.
Oh wow! Can and Vol coming around the corner with what's that? Flamethrowers.
And gas, nerve gas.
Oh,
and you
boy.
can see it looks like they're actually going to go for a Marine start push to try to pull them back. And they could arc if they wanted to right now and then beacon back and rush back to protect. And now they're positioned for the hive.
Yep. And now all of NLG is in Atrium right now. Trying to do some sort of move. Oh, and Lurkinoff does die as that Fade. Right here.
Commander continuing to scan at the hive and sub-axis, taking it down to 44% with the arc hit. The Gorge egg there, but no Gorges around. And this is just, this is game. I mean, there's nothing they can do.
That was it. I mean, they went, there you go. Good game by Simba. We knew that was coming. They tried to do whatever they could up against the Atrium base, but just could not hold it out. So we're going to move on to Jambi, which is the next map. Maximum Damage wins. This goes 1-1.
And what do we say every time we switch to Jambi, Fjord?
I don't know. What do we say?
Mecca lecca hi, mecca hiney ho.